Saving and investing, financial education. Sadly, none of our colleges or universities give us all this. And in the absence of that, as a student, we struggle. And then when we become a professional, we struggle. I come from a poor background, from a lower middle class, and I have struggled. And that is where I figured out two things. The first is how to earn money while you are still studying. And I have made a separate video of that. Please check the link in the description. And if you are here to know how you can save money, then you are at the right place. How to save money while you're still studying, that's exactly we're going to talk today. Save money ideas while you're still studying so that you can invest that money back into your education, or maybe invest on the right things which of your choice, right? Now, one thing you should know or remember in whole of your life is, no matter how much of money you will earn, it's all going to get spent. What will remain with you is life experiences, and that's very, very important. Okay. For example, I asked one of my staff member who joined Biotechnic 15 years ago. I asked, tell me the first salary I gave you, where it is. He said it is spent. Then I asked, the first day, whatever I taught you, do you remember that? He said, yes, I do. So exactly that is what. So whatever money you are going to save, please invest it in your education, in upskilling, reskilling, cross-skilling. Don't just get limited to the university syllabus. Learn new things, online or offline, doesn't matter. But that way you will grow, because money will anyways get spent. What will not get spent is the knowledge in your brain, and that knowledge will help you earn back more. Okay. So without wasting much of our time, let's jump in on how to save money. The first idea which I have is save and plan a budget. So first thing, whatever money you have, so start saving. Okay, so start saving that, save and plan a budget that where exactly you're going to spend. So you already know how much money you're going to get per month from your parents or whatever. So now you already know that suppose 5,000 rupees you're going to get per month from your parents. So where are you going to spend this? So please write it down. It's very important to write down where you're going to spend. Okay, and then remove whatever you can cut short right away and save that. Okay, so that's the first step which you can do. I know many of you would have already done it, but there is always room for more savings, more cutting costs, and I have learned it the harder way. You can still do it. So if you think that you have already cut short maximum of your expenditure, there is still a room. Find that out by writing your budget, writing where exactly your last month got spent. Probably you can check your bank statement. That's where you learn. The second one now is sharing books. Now, one of the biggest expenditures which students make while studying is sharing books, right? Now, purchasing books, right? So that is where you can share the books. So instead of, buying the book, you can, split, like, okay, 50% I pay, 50% you pay. Or maybe you can take a membership of a library where you can have the same. Or maybe you can look for online version of the book, which may be cheaper or free of cost. Now, the second thing which I have a sub point for here, which I would like to highlight, is look for second-hand book. Okay. Now, second-hand book, if you are able to look for that, is a great add-on, great achievement, because whenever you are looking for a second-hand book, that'll be definitely relatively cheaper, but it will be in gray market. You have to go to a gray market. Every city of your if of this country has a gray market. You can go in there. You can look for second-hand book, or maybe you can rent a book instead of buying the book. So that's something we can do. So there are three modes here. You can either share the book if you prefer reading it offline. If you want it online, you can probably get it for free. Just check out online resources, or look for second-hand gray market where you can get the book, or you can rent a book instead of buying. So that's the second idea which I have got. The third one is, please don't buy branded clothes. Okay. Now, see, what I'm wearing is not branded. Okay. But even if it is not branded, it looks the same, right? The same thing. There is always a cheaper alternative to costly brands. Brands look costly just because they have made it costly just to rip you off from the extra money which you have. It actually does not cost you so much. So there is always a cheaper online version or gray market where you can get a better cloth than branded. So please don't buy branded clothes. Instead, look for cheaper alternatives. The next one is use local transport. Now, many of us, while going to college or school, we feel that, going in a bus is, substandard, but it's not. Only on special days, like if it's your exam day, probably you can take a cab, but other days you can take a local transport, or maybe avoid and walk if you are living nearby to your college or office, whatever it is. So you can always do that. Use local transport, which is cheaper. It may take a lot of time, but while you're spending time in the local transports, you can study, right? That's what I used to do. I used to travel from North Bangalore to South Bangalore. My house was in North Bangalore because my other co-founder, Neha ma'am, she was studying in North Bangalore. So we used to stay together. So in North Bangalore, I used to stay. And my college was in South Bangalore, which is where I'm right now. So what used to happen is I had to travel, right? So I used to travel in local transport, okay? And Bangalore is like, you have real bad local transport. But yeah, we used to travel in local transport. And that 1.5 hour I used to spend in studying. So while the bus is, going to my destination, I'll study. So that is how I used to utilize. And nowadays you can do multiple things. So yeah, you use local transport and use it wisely. The next one, please don't eat out. Two problems. The first is you lose money, right? And second is you lose health. Of course, junk food. We all love junk food, and Zomato and Swiggy have addicted us. But look at it. If you can control your cravings, you can definitely save a lot of money, because these are going to rip you off a lot of money. Instead, you can learn to cook, or maybe hire a cook who can cook for you. So that's something which will still save you money, but instead don't eat out, save money, and you can invest that in your education. Now let's look at the sixth point which we have here is study online. For example, if you go to a local tuition center for suppose you want help in biochemistry, or maybe for CSIRNet, if you want to go for offline coaching, it is much more costlier. But if you go for online alternatives, it's much, much cheaper. So you can always go for the online alternatives. You can study online, or there are various free resources also available on internet which you can use. But please be careful of those resources where they show you ads, not show you the real value. So yeah, you can study online on various websites and learn. The next one which you can do is, public transport. That got repeated, so let's skip that. Next one which we have is do not get into relationships. That's funny. So why exactly you should not get into relationships is, the first one, when you get into relationships, you want to take care of that person, and the only way or you will feel is spending money or splurging money on that person. But college life is not the right time to get into a relationship, because anyways those relationships most of the time don't end up into success. Okay, why waste time on a relationship which is not going to end up in success? Instead, make relationship. If you are really interested in making relationship, make relationship with books. You can buy a Kindle and read self-help books. You can buy a lot of books which you can learn. You can probably network with people and learn better things. But when you get into this boyfriend girlfriend relationship, that is where the problem begins, because now the status comes into picture. We try to maintain that status by having branded clothes, or going to costly restaurants, or chilling out, because we think that college is the time to chill out. But hey, college is not the time to chill out. The college is the time to learn. Okay, college is a temple. So yeah, don't get into relationships. Next one, I know that many of you will not agree to this, but yeah, that's a point. If you want to save money, ask for student discount wherever you go. Okay, you have to ask for student discount. So after the final bill is done, even still you can ask, okay, do you have a student discount? Because I'm a student, this is my ID card. And they have to give, most of the time they do. And if they're not giving, you can always bargain by saying, see, if you're giving me a discount, I can bring in more students who will buy from your store, because I have a full class of people, right? So I can refer, because your quality is good. I want to buy from here. So give me a discount. I'll bring 40 more students. So then they will give you discount. Okay. So that's the ninth point. Let's move on to the 10th one, which is setting financial goals. Now, whenever you're getting pocket money and you're able to set a financial goal that I want to save this much money this month, okay, and set it aside. Okay, maybe it is 10% of the total pocket money, or maybe it is 20% or 50%, whatever it is. Please set it aside so that it is out of sight, out of mind. You don't spend it. Okay, and start building a corpus of that funds which you can use to pay your college fees, which you can pay to pay for your online hands-on or offline hands-on, which you can pay for online or offline internships or workshops or certifications, or various other things which is available online or offline, which is actually investment, because when you invest back into your education, that is what is going to pay you back. Okay, so the idea behind this particular video was not to derail you from studies, but to help you save more and invest that money into your education, because at the end of the day, no matter whatever you bought, you're going to lose it, except whatever is inside it. I can bet on this. Let's take any example. You buy a piece of land, it'll get sold. You buy clothes, it'll get sold. Just try to recall 10 years ago what you bought. Maybe a mobile phone, it doesn't exist today, right? Or maybe it is gone, but it gets replaced. But whatever is in the mind, it compounds. Invest on something which compounds, and your mind is the biggest compounding machine. The more you learn, the more you grow. That's all for now in this video. I hope you loved this video. Let me know in the comment section. If you have more ideas of saving money, I know the world is unlimited. Please put them down in the comment section so that we can help the community, because there are many people just like you who need to save money in the future to invest in their education. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you soon in the next one. Till then, namaskar. Have a great day.